Guys, thank you for tuning in. My name is Emmy. I am over at Home and Rehab at Claremont, and today we're going to start off with our chair exercises. Our focus today is going to be total body and balance. So to start off, make sure you have a chair ready available for you, either dumbbell weights, or if you have little food cans or water bottles filled up, you can use those as weight too, as well as resistance bands is what we're going to use today. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a warm-up. We'll start off seated. So for our warm-ups, this allows our body's muscles to kind of heat up and get ready for the exercise that we're going to do. So we'll start off first with some marches. We're going to do 15 on each side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. For the warm-ups, you can we're doing 15 reps for our warm-up session. If you feel like you need to do less or because this is too hard for you, you definitely can. It's up to you what you feel most comfortable with. Again, it's just to warm up the muscles and kind of get the heart rate going before going on to our regular exercises. The next one we're going to do is kicking straight forward, making sure your knee is nice and straight, and using the muscle, your quad muscle, that's right here in the front of the thigh, to really straighten out that leg. And again, we're going to do 15 on each side. If you can only do less, that is okay too as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Go ahead and take a rest break if you need it. The next one we're going to get ready to do, since we are doing total body, we warmed up our legs, so we're going to do some arm stuff too to warm up our arms, make sure we're ready. So we're going to do arm circles going back. We're going to do 15 times going back and then 15 times going forward. Whenever you guys are ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. By this point, you should start feeling a little bit warmer, which is completely okay. And we're going to do 15 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alrighty, gotta put my hair up already, it's getting warm. Alright, for the first part of our exercises now that we're gonna do, now that we're done with the warm-up, we're actually gonna focus on balance first. And so, when you're doing this at home, you wanna make sure you're in a safe area. So if you wanna do it either in front of a stable kitchen counter or the bathroom counter, something that you can hold on to. I'm gonna use this chair as an example. Or if you stand in a corner of a room where you have the wall behind you, that way, in case if you need to tap onto the wall to keep your balance, you totally can. And the same thing with either a table or a counter in front of you. So, for our balance series, and I'm going to move the chair to the side just so you guys can see me. We're going to do sets of 30 seconds here. But if at home you find that the first couple of series are easy, you can start off with the one that gives you enough of a challenge, or if you want to follow along too, that is okay as well. So the first one, you're going to try bringing your feet together so that your heels and the tops of your feet are touching, and you're going to try to keep your hand floating on top of either the counter or the table, whatever is going to be secure in front of you. But If you need to tap on, you can to keep your balance. Just keep your hand floating so you can make sure you're challenging the balance systems. And we're going to hold this here for about 30 seconds. As you can see for this one's a little bit easier for me. If this is the easy one for you, you can move on to the next ones, or if this is enough challenge for you, this can be one that you keep practicing until it gets a little easier to do. And when we say easier, it means that you should feel to the point where you're not so wibbly wobbly, I guess, the scientific term, right? Or you feel more confident where you can stand there for a longer period of time without having to hold on. The next position we're going to do is going to be one foot slightly in front of the other. And I'm going to show you on camera first what that looks like before I set it up. So the next one's going to be like that. One foot slightly in front of the other, but they're still going to be touching like that. That's going to be the next position we're going to try. Let me set you guys back up here. There we go. So we're going to stand in that position, again, for about 30 seconds. Keeping the hand floating. Once you're done with this one, because one foot is in front of the other, once you're done with that one, you can switch feet, whichever one goes in front. And again, making sure there's something stable around you, whether it's the wall if you're doing this in the corner of a room, or the kitchen counter, or the chair, something that's stable in case you need to tap on to hold on. The next position, once you do both feet, is going to be heel in front, heel to toe. So the heel of the front foot is going to be touching the toes of the back foot. And I'll show you an example just so you guys can see it too. This is going to be the next position. Like that. Heel to toe. So we're going to hold that position. It is starting to get a little tougher. So if you find yourself more wibbly wobbly on this one, that should be expected. So again, heel to toe. I'm going to try to hold this position for about 30 seconds. This one is a little bit more difficult, so make sure you do have something firm around you, whether it's the kitchen counter, table, or the walls behind you. If you found that the one we did previously, where it was only one foot slightly in front of the other, was too difficult, you can stop at that one and you can keep practicing. And even this one's a little bit harder. So once you're done with this one, you found this enough challenging, you're ready to move up, the next one you can do is on one leg. Again, this one is the most challenging one of the balance series. If you felt like in the previous one you were having a lot of difficulty with it, stick with that one before progressing forward. And again, to progress forward, you'll know when you feel a lot more comfortable holding that position where you're not tapping on or holding on in order to keep your balance. And you can go for longer periods, such as 1 minute, 2 minutes, again with that balance endurance. So for this one, we'll do it for about 30 seconds. And again, making sure you have something firm around you, safe. And then once you're done up with the 30 seconds, you would switch feet. And again, as we get older, a lot of times balance systems, our balance, we can notice that it does seem a little bit off. So these are good exercises to supplement into your strengthening exercises to make sure your falls risk stay low. And then once you're done, you can switch on to the other foot. Now we're going to move on to some strengthening stuff. So the first one we're going to start off with is our sit-to-stands. Sit-to-stands, you're going to either have a chair with arms like this or some firm chair to be able to start off with. And then you're going to scoot all the way to the edge of the chair. And if you need to use your arms, you can. If you want a little bit of an extra challenge, you can have your arms crossed across your chest. But if you need to use the arms to stand up, you totally can. So for our sit-to-stand, you're going to start off. Stand up nice and slow, and then come back down. So we're going to do 2 sets of 10. So that was our 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So we'll take a little bit of a rest break. Again, if it's too difficult without using arms, you can use the hands on the chair. If you really want more of a challenge, you can also practice it doing slowly going up and then slowly going down. So I'll show you how that looks like in the next set. And again, that's only if you find this a little bit easier and you want to challenge yourself a little bit harder. So we're going to do our second set. We're going to do something called an eccentric focus, which means we're going to go down nice and slow without plopping down on the chair. So we're going to come up, that's 1, and we're going to count to 4 seconds going down. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be our focus for our second set. If the first set was challenging enough, you can keep going. But if you found it a little bit easier, this is an extra challenge you can do. We're going to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2. Come back again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. All right, take a little bit of a rest break. Next one we're going to move on to is our arm strengthening stuff. So we're going to kind of go back and forth. Once we're done with the lower body exercise, we're going to switch it to a upper body one or core one. Alright, so the next one we have coming up is called our chair push-ups. So with our chair push-ups, what we're going to do, preferably with a chair that has arms just like this, you're going to scoot to the edge of the chair and basically making sure your hands are nice and secure on the chair. You're going to push yourself up till your bottom is lifted from the chair, and then you're going to come down. We're going to do 2 sets of 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And these are also good exercises for many of your functional activities throughout the day, such as when you're getting in and out of a bed, getting in and out of a chair. It helps with your arm strength too as well when you're getting up and out of a chair, or any activities that requires you to lift up like that. So it's a good functional exercise to do at home to keep up with too as well. And then we'll take a couple more seconds as a break. All right, we're ready. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alrighty, take a little bit of break. If you found those hard to do, where you couldn't completely lift your bottom off the chair, that's okay. Partial, as long as you still feel the muscles working, that's okay too as well. That partial motion. The next one we're gonna do some more leg exercises now. So for this one, you'll use the chair in order to help stabilize you. We're gonna do lunges. We're not gonna focus necessarily on deep lunges, but partial lunges. So you can still work on those muscles on the front of the thigh as well as in the back of the thigh. So you're gonna have one foot slightly in front. You're gonna hold on to one chair, and you're gonna come down, making sure you're bending the knee. And we're gonna do 2 sets of 10 on each side. So we're on 3, 4, and if you can only go partial range like that, that's okay. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now flip around. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, muscles working. Take a little bit of a break, and we'll move on to our second sets here. We'll also have some core stuff going on too as well. Help out with if you have any issues with getting in and out of a chair, any weakness in the core as well as like that, we'll cover that too as well. All right, we're gonna do our second set. And again, if you can't come all the way down, that's okay. Only go up to where you feel comfortable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn around, switch legs, and we'll get started whenever you're ready. Again, you can take a longer rest break if you need to. These are recorded, so if you want to go back to it or pause and things like that, you totally can. All right, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, move on to our core stuff now. This one, I'll put the chair like this. We're gonna do something called a modified sit-up. So it's basically like doing a sit-up on the chair. So what you do is scoot up all the way to the edge of the chair. You're gonna bring the tops of your shoulders to lean up against the chair like this. If this angle's too hard, you can also scoot back until you feel more comfortable. So we'll start off right here. And then what you'll do, hands across the chest, and you're gonna use your belly muscles and your core muscles to help pull yourself forward without rounding out your back. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Really think about that core. 4, 5, and we're gonna do 2 sets of 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a breather. If you gotta get some water or anything like that, you totally can. Take about a couple seconds, and we'll do our second set. Already feeling the burn. All right, second set. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, we got our core in. We're gonna do one more arm exercise. For this one, we're gonna do dumbbells, or if you have cans, vegetable cans, food cans, or water bottles, you can fill it up with water, and then if it's too heavy, you can just drink a little bit of the water, pour some of the water out, and make it until it's right amount of resistance. It shouldn't feel too hard where you can't complete all the sets, but it shouldn't feel too easy where you feel like you complete many of these repetitions. So we're gonna do our bicep curls. So we're gonna have our arms out to the side like this, and we're gonna bend the elbows like this. And we're gonna do 2 sets of 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Another variation you can use instead of the dumbbells is if you have a resistance band, you can put it on the floor, step over your feet, and then you'll have the bands to help you up. So I'll do that. I'll do the second round with the bands. And when we're ready, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, we made it through the workout. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us today in our total body and balance workout today. If you notice that you had any pain or issues during this class, we can certainly help you. If you're local, we are currently taking new patients right now in our Claremont and Ocoee clinics with proper precautions, of course. Check out the link in the comments to schedule a consultation. Bye, guys. Have a good one.